All right, guys. We are live. I think we're live. Yes, we are. All right. Comments. Happy New Year's Eve, Jason, and everybody watching.
Happy Christmas Eve
Christmas
to
Eve.
all.
I say New Year's?
You're,
Am I rushing it? I might
you're,
be rushing
you're
it.
already you're throwing it 7 days in advance. You're going that +7. Different
I have
timeline.
no time and space in this person over here.
None.
My time and space has been broken a long time. Someone
Time.
is from Scotland and Georgia. Love to hear where
Awesome.
you guys are from, what you're doing. And also, if you have an ugly sweater, I would love for you to take
Like
a
this.
post screenshot of your ugly sweater in Colorado and Scotland and Georgia and Montana and all the places that you guys are from. I want to see your ugly sweaters. We want to see.
Yes.
So you
That's
can
why.
post.
That's why we had this today.
Doesn't he have the funniest one? He's got the funniest one.
Oh no,
Yeah.
there's gonna be some better ones. I'm telling you. There's gonna be some really good ones out there. Especially if somebody could have got a Hunter Biden crackhead Christmas sweater in time, having Fauci as the elf or something like that. That'd been great. You
Well,
know,
my name is Dr. Sharnael Wolverton-Sehon, and this is Jason Q. We are here doing a special episode today just because Jason really pushed to do something on Christmas Eve. We're normally here at 7 on Thursdays. So we're here a little early this time because I'm going to go look at Christmas lights with my kiddos tonight.
nice.
But we're going to hang out a little bit and talk about a few things. Did you happen to hear about Trump declassing a little bit of information or setting in motion, signing something for declasses?
I did not.
Yep. He's declassing everything from 216 and on for the purpose of indictments. That was signed yesterday.
And that would show transparency. You know, he'd be the most transparent president we've ever had. And he's like, "Here you go, people. There you have it." We
Yep.
act, we actually we stumbled onto something even just as big, but the wording in it, nonetheless, it just a complete short circuit. That's what I'm trying to like wrap up right now because I'm on like the last part of it, and it's like right here. It's like, but yeah, there was some that we posted today on Facebook and Twitter, you know, about the whole January 6th, and then and we could even go into that if we have to, because people just see it written down, and having it explained is a lot easier than just trying to read it. So we can even do that.
Let's do it.
And yeah, this one right here, this one's gonna be good.
I love that you have Santa's bastard elf right here. When did you change your
I
title?
I just changed it before I got on. They said, "You want your name as JQ?" I'm like, "No, I'm gonna have it something festive." So I thought that was festive.
Very festive.
Yeah,
Almost as festive as your sweater.
almost.
Is it cold where you are?
Do you really want to know what the temperature is?
What's the temp?
It was 17 degrees.
Come on.
Sometimes you gotta show them.
So look, did you see my sweater? Birthday boy. I saw. It's not really his birthday.
Yeah,
But
I was gonna say, man, that's fake news.
funny. I was with my parents and my dad read it, and he was like, "Whose birthday is it?" Oh, Jesus Christ. And I was like,
No,
"Yeah," but
Nimrods.
yes.
Oh, by the way, picture on Twitter. It's on your messenger.
I'm looking now. Nice. It just shows that it's 17 degrees. He's proving it. He has to make sure that we all 100% believe.
And you
Because we
see,
don't believe unless we see, right?
and you see in the rear view mirror me, so it's like a double confirmation.
Double confirmation. He's
That's
not
it.
kidding you guys. It's 17 degrees. 17 south. Heading south.
Heading south.
So talk to us about these new posts that you got. January 6th.
All right, going that. So January 6th. Everybody's ramping up and heading to DC on January 6th. There's always something behind it, right? Well, January 6th in 2021. Remember, it's not a leap year, right? Just a standard year. This was a leap year. So the 6th day of 2021 means that there are 359 days left in 2021. 3 plus 5 plus 9 equals 17.
Interesting.
So in 1929, King Alexander of the Serbs, Croatians, and Slovenians, Melania was from Slovenia. He actually suspended his country's constitution on January 6th. It was called the January 6th dictatorship. Well, when you think about when they talk about military op and they say dash versus minus, if you mirror it, if you go 1-6, right? If you mirror it, right, you reverse it. So the dash would in turn be a minus. So it'd be
Right.
6 minus 1.
Wow.
5.
Wow.
And what month is it? Or I'm sorry, but they mentioned it to be a dictatorship. So 5, and there's the D5. And plus 1929, add up 1929, gives you 21, gives you triple sevens. And the king, the K and the A, you have 11 and 1, triple ones, that's a light worker. Funny. Now, we go to January 6, 1950. This is where it starts getting interesting. This is where we really start to see the prick in them come out. So on January 6, 1950, the United Kingdom recognizes the People's Republic of China. Now, there was a problem with this because they already had a Republic of China. It was a sovereign state. So instead of, staying, peaceful and diplomatic with the sovereign state, they went right over and started swinging off the nuts off the commies. So if they recognized the People's Republic of China, that means they supported communism.
Mm-hmm.
So the Republic of China, they turned around and severed the diplomatic relations with the UK in response. So that just means that, it shows that they were in bed with the communists the whole time. So. But the last one, it seemed all too weird. That January 6, 1967, Vietnam War. The Marines and the ARVN troops, which are the Vietnamese, launched Operation Deckhouse 5 in the Mekong River Delta. So, what if, now I'm just saying, just hypothetically, what if the same ones that are heading this whole Q operation in the military, in the Marines, are the same ones that were on this very military operation? Because you have the 1967, 1 plus 9 plus 6 plus 7, that gives you 23.
Right.
What else does 23 stand for, right? Military op, Deckhouse 5. That's a D5. D5. Watch the water, the Mekong River. And it was the Delta where it opens up, where the water opens up. Well, you have the Delta, which is our 4, which is our Delta. But you also take the M from Mekong, R from River, and D from Delta. 1 plus 3, that's a 13. 1 plus 8, that's the R, plus 4, that gives you 17. Gives you your Q.
Keeps on going back to that.
Literally, because they started playing this right after Vietnam, this whole plan. So why couldn't it be the ones from this specific operation that are actually the ones heading up the Q group in the NSA. That's the secret group in the NSA, is the Q group. And that was
I
in
wonder
an
how many
article.
people there are actually involved in all this, or I mean, that could be a lot of
I
people.
mean, there's tons of people involved, but there's only a handful of people that actually know the whole picture.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, it's just one of those things. I mean, we could, there's people that could know. They know the end game. Do they know like what exactly took place in this portion? I mean, there's so many parts of this. I mean, to even know it all, I mean, you have to literally be, completely, you know, charged up. So, yeah, I mean, that was just that. That was just January 6th. So,
Well,
that
if
was just,
going back to
it
the
was,
D class, is there anything in the drops about declassing anything?
well, you have the DECLAS. And the thing is, with that, you have, in fact, there's something big with that too. Because with the 26th of December, right? Oh, where's the paper? Damn it. Here. Let's see. 8, 29, 30, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Trump actually said that he wanted to investigate the investigators. Like that was the reason for the D class. He actually said it out loud. Like,
Should.
let's investigate the investigators. And that can go back to Obama and everybody else, like all the way to 2016, the election then. I mean, they can uncover that was a messed up election. I mean,
Well,
I wish they would just go all the way back and like also do the med beds and the Tesla stuff. I mean, like, let's just go all the way back to Kennedy. I mean,
my big thing in this is they violated his constitutional rights as a United States citizen in this whole witch hunt. That should have people pissed off in general. Because if they could get away with this, doing this to the president of the United States, the most powerful man in the world, think about what they could do to us. I mean, we have like zero powers. Like right now, it's rise and shine. It's time to take the shit back. You know, and that's why all these presidents. That's why they had clones. It's either obey or we just execute you. That's it. So they just beat them at their own game. Said screw it. Let's see, and then because starting if you start the 26th, right, and let's see how this works out. 8. 4. Maybe that's what the H is. So post 1,000, right?
right.
It gave us a letter, right? H, correct? Now,
Yes.
H equals 8, right?
Yes.
Now, 1,000. I mean, you could actually break that down. You could say that it could be 10 as well,
Right.
because it's just another multiple of 10. Well, when you go from the 26th to the 31st, right? You go DECLAS, D class, right? But then you go from the 1st to the 6th, you do the same thing, right? Now, from the 26th to the 27th, right? You're going to have a cutoff. That's a weekend. The 28th through the 1st is wide open. The 2nd and 3rd, it's a weekend. 4th, 5th, 6th, the weekdays. So you technically have 5 weekdays from the 28th to the 1st, Then you have from the 4th to the 6th, which give you another 3, which give you your 8 count right here and post 1,000, which if you're going to have 10 days of darkness, you could technically say that it's going to start on the 28th, which in fact would line up with the second part of this. Because read this in an article. It says Democrats will recall House lawmakers to Washington for a vote Monday on Trump's proposal, with a roll call that would put all members on record as supporting or rejecting the $2,000 checks. They're also considering Monday vote on a stopgap measure to at least avert a federal shutdown, keeping the government running until President-elect Joe Biden is inaugurated next month, right? So it says even if the House is able to approve Trump's $2,000 checks on Monday, that measure would likely die in the GOP-controlled Senate, which is due back in session on Tuesday. So, simple as this, right? Not simple, but you just have to just think outside the box. Okay. So Monday is December 28th. So we're going to go back to our little calendar right here that we have written down. Okay. So we're going to leave the 26th and 27th alone because that's our delta, right? We have a 4. So we have the 24th, 25th, 26th, and 27th. That's our delta, right? Because he declared the 24th today a federal holiday.
Correct.
So that creates our delta. That's our holiday. That's our 4. You know, if you're moving in time, a delta is 4. 4 years, 4 months, 4 days. So we're going to start on the 28th, which the 28th is a 7777. But
wait, how do you get the 7777?
7 times 4 is 28.
Okay.
So it goes into 28 4 times. But also, you could actually squeeze out a D5 in this. Because December, you have the D, right?
Mm-hmm.
The 2 plus 8 is 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You have 2 parties in Congress, right? You have the House and you have the Senate, right? Or I mean, you have the Democrats and Republicans, but you also have the House and the Senate. Now, the D5, it could be half of the 10, which it stands for a party, because the Democrats control the House and Republicans control the Senate. Remember, the Senate is the key and the House is to be cleaned. So if they're going on Monday, right? What day does everything pop for us on? Tuesday.
Right.
When would they shoot down their little approval? Would be Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're considering Monday a vote on a stopgap measure to avert a federal shutdown. So, but we'll get to the stopgap in a second. But the $2,000 checks, right? When you're writing $1,000, like shorthand, you put like 1K, 2K, 3K. That's all you do, right? Well, K is at 11.
So
it holds the value of 11. You have 11, 11. 11, 11, right? 1,000, 2,000. That's it, right? So that could be the value of the checks and everything. So now you have with the K and K, that's the 2,000. That could be a 5-5. Because remember, there's all multiple meanings. But then the stopgap measure. That's where you just got to pump the brakes. Because right now, whenever, as far as we dug, I mean, when I heard stopgap, instantly knew exactly where they were going. They're going right to Kennedy. Because Pope John the 23rd, he was actually brought in, he was voted in by, there was like a small amount of cardinals and all that. But when he came in, and I think his name is Angelo Roncalli or something like that. So when he was able to, take a name, right? He chose John the 23rd.
Yeah, and he actually said, I will be called John. Like the way he said it was weird too, right? It was like, they will call me John, or I will be called John. It was weird.
Because there was also another Pope John the 23rd. It was the anti-Pope John the 23rd.
Oh, okay.
He was sadistic. Just it makes these guys look like kindergartners. The stuff
Wow.
that he was doing.
Wow.
So, so now when they had the anti-pope John the 23rd, so you had this guy coming up, and nobody's taken the name John in 500 years.
Right.
So it's like, why the hell is this guy taking it now? Well, because he was put there as a stopgap pope
Oh, I see what you're saying.
to pull the shit off with the Kennedy assassination, because that put the Vatican in there.
Gotcha.
Now, what they did was, afterward, he went off, he retired soon after, and then he died. But they made him a saint,
Hmm.
right? Pope Francis did. And in order to become a saint, you have to perform 2 miracles, right?
Right.
The funny thing is, he only mentions one. So what would the other miracle be? It'd be the killing of the king, because he kept quiet about the Vatican's involvement in the assassination of John Fitzgerald Kennedy. It's exactly what it is. Because the stopgap, I mean, GAP, right? Could also be
Right.
an acronym, Uh, I mean, you could have gold assets. I mean, it could be anything, but it could pertain strictly to gold. Because if he wanted to go on the gold standard, it's the same thing as today. He wanted to go on the gold standard. They pulled out the stopgap there. So now President Trump wants to go on the gold standard. They pull out the little stopgap bullshit here. So it's almost like they're everything's repeating itself. Because they even said that, President Trump is getting in his boat and he's taking it to Delaware. He's crossing the Delaware in a boat today or something like that. Like, history's repeating itself. I mean, this is going to be very interesting, because I mean, there you have the White Hills,
Mhm.
because that's where Washington was. It's right where Trump Tower is. I mean, that whole area right there, George Washington went right through that area to cross the Delaware River, to the Battle of Trenton, because he circled around the British Army. So, was President Trump also George Washington? Could be. Could
Very.
be. I mean, remember, George Washington did have those had those angelic beings come to him, and took him to these different spots in time, and they told him to look and learn.
Apparently,
Funny.
they could even shoot him. That's
And
another thing.
what's that?
Bullets wouldn't hurt him either.
Hell no. It's freaking George Washington. The general, It's just like President Trump. He starts a general, ends a general with Patton. And here he
Nice.
comes,
Nice.
holding the office of the Christ. Coming right in.
Someone is actually saying out here that I don't know if you can see the notes. Someone said that the reveal report posted on Twitter that Bill Clinton passed away. Have you guys heard anything? Is this like what? Anybody know anything about that? Wow.
Well, hey, you want to know something else? So
Tell me.
we have more documents to go through. So went through them. And would you like to know the date that Ruth Bader Ginsburg was approved to the Supreme Court by Bill Clinton?
When?
It was June 14th.
Really? His birthday? Trump's birthday?
Yep.
Wow.
I know.
Happy birthday.
It's definitely crazy.
I did not know that.
So this is where it gets very, very interesting with Maggie Haberman. So this was back in 1996, 97. Yeah, 96. Well, it'd be 97. So what we have here is we have a technically a like her journal.
You're looking at this letter? Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah, it's not a letter. I mean, it's like a whole packet. It's like, goes from, December 27th, 28th to 1998, and it goes right on through 99. But, this is when the whole transition with the Clinton to the Bushes, this whole transition time, that's what's right here. And they talk about how, we highlighted everything like that. So, but then it got real interesting when we got to a certain page, and it said that Hillary Clinton says press has big egos and no brains, and they're just going to have to work them better. That her staff has figured it out and will be glad to teach Bill Clinton's staff, but still tension between them. Will not, however, sacrifice her Maggie. So Haberman was Hillary's pet. Because these people kept children as pets.
Oh.
Yes. And they abused them and all that. That's
Well,
why when
Kathy O'Brien goes into that like big time about, them having children pets.
yeah. That's why they mentioned they kind of like sidestep the whole pet deal, and you see them with all the dogs and everything, and that has double meanings as well, because where are they going to put the Yersinia pestis and the fleas of the dogs and give us all the plague? Nice.
Terrible. Using dogs.
Oh yeah. Oh, why not? And then later on it states where's it that May 17th that after meeting with Breyers, dinner with Mary Ted, and the Breyers, I'm guessing it was possibly Stephen Breyer, the justice. Hillary furious at Bill ruining himself and at the press conference. She keeps trying to shape things up, knowing what's wrong, but he can't fire people, exert discipline, punish leakers, throws tantrums, but when does nothing, lowers their respect. Now so desperate, offered to loan them Maggie, but Bill Clinton mad. Now you do it. And I'm like, wow. It says never had a strategy for Whitewater troopers. Paula, self-inflicted wounds, inability to organize, make tough choices drives her nuts. So technically, having Hillary in there, you had co-presidents, and that's what they were afraid of. Or having two people, because she was let's face it. I mean, she's just, she's a bitch. She's a whore Babylon. I mean, that's basically it. And she was like trying to run the whole show with him in there. And that's why she didn't care what the hell he did. Because she was a, full-blown lesbian, that was having like these crazy ass, these like rituals where like the spirit of Eleanor Roosevelt would come and they'd have like just yeah, thinking about it just makes you want to puke. God.
Well, there's a lot about her, with the scalar wave people that I was talking to you about.
Yeah.
They tested both Eleanor Roosevelt and Hillary. Not so great on the Hillary stuff for sure. And then Eleanor was known to have a girlfriend in the White House that lived there the whole time. I don't know. That's the first time I ever heard that, but they tested both of them. That was pretty. Yeah. apparently it was common knowledge that Sharnael didn't know anything about.
Well, here's some more little tidbit at the end, which is
Tell
kind of
us.
cute. Well,
Okay.
so see, that's all handwritten, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now it's by Hillary. Okay. It even has a Bill Clinton a letterhead on it. Okay. Now, the first sentence says, "Yesterday, the recurring shakes came over me again. And to rid myself of them, I decided to go and buy something for you, as much to be doing it as actual to wind up with things." I mean, her handwriting, I mean, it sucks a little bit, but, when she's talking about the recurring shakes, it's Kuru.
Oh,
Remember, she
cool.
has Kuru. Yep. And then at the bottom, she talks about, at 3:30 this morning, I fell asleep over at, I think that's Maxwell's.
Yeah, it says something Maxwell.
Andrew Maxwell's, to his
Corey.
something. And it said, it has been a while. It has
Coy.
been a while. Coy. Could be.
Hard to read.
You know what? It's something having to do with a female. Because it says ESS at the end. So that, like Baron, Baroness and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe it's something. We'll figure it out. But it says, it has been a while since I could feel something so sharply across 300 years.
300 years? Why would she say that?
300 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because she
is old.
Yeah, she really doesn't. I mean, think about it. I mean, she wanted to know where Gilgamesh's tomb was.
That's true. I wonder
mean,
why.
Why would she want to know that?
So sharply across 300 years. Wow.
I mean, and the thing is, like, well, if what's said that this whole Babylonian epic of creation is all bullshit, then that means that the whole Gilgamesh stuff is all bullshit too, right? But as you can see, it's right there in the CIA docs, that they found Gilgamesh's tomb. It's like, it's right there. So now, you have to rethink the whole storyline all the way back. I mean, all the way back. And then even on the next page, it says, I thought you might get a kick out of this. I was once even younger. We can only hope that she was better looking too. I mean,
that's so mean.
What?
I said, that's so mean.
What?
She's really mean.
She looks like she got kicked by a fucking mule, doing 70 in a convertible Pinto.
I was looking over this book a little bit more that you told me about.
Yeah, good stuff, huh?
Yeah, I was looking at the belief system on 37, I think it is, all the belief systems.
Yes.
7 belief systems. Pretty good stuff.
Oh yeah, the seven rules. I mean, if you live by that, right? I mean, in fact, you know what? What you could do too is turn to page 62. Here's a nice little nugget for you.
Okay.
Okay. See how there's 5 games listed, right? There's paces of games. Now, remember they said 4, 10, 20. Okay. Look in all of those series of numbers and find which one has those 3 numbers in it.
5, 10, and 20.
No, 4, 10, 20.
4, 10, 20. And 4, 10. The second one.
Yes. Now, you want to read it real quick?
The pace is slow at start, but increases as the game progresses. The game will reach the level where owning continents is no longer essential.
Kind of sounds like the Q drops, right? Pace is slow at start, increases as game progresses, reaches a level where owning continents is no longer essential because we are all one. It's not because of a new world order. It's because
We're already there.
we can say that it's like one world. It's like, but we're under a humanitarian. It's a completely different belief system. They wanted us for slavery, and that's way different than what we had in mind. So, just
They're
just another
asking
thing.
what
I mean,
the book is called Total Diplomacy: The Art of Winning Risk. By the way, you guys were asking yesterday about all the books. So, Keys of Enoch is, I mean, you can't hear it.
you go to keysofenoch.org.
Keys of Enoch, not to be confused with the Book of Enoch. These are two different things. People keep asking.
Yes.
Two different things. Some other good ones. This is the one we're talking about with Russell Targ yesterday. This is just one of them. And the movie, the doc that we were talking about, someone was asking, is Third Eye Spies. Talking about Third Eye, which is the pituitary spies. If you could check that out. And of course, we were talking about Donald Trump. Or The Deal talks a lot about dealing in this total diplomacy thing, the art of risk. And then The Art of War is a good one too. Of course. So that way, now you guys have all the books we were talking about. You can check that out.
Now, The Art of the Deal, you could actually go on YouTube, and he's actually reading the book. You can actually find the one, and Donald Trump is actually reading the book.
Oh, no way.
It's an audiobook. Yep.
I gotta find that.
It's
that
awesome.
would be awesome.
In fact, here I actually have it saved. I can send it to you, and you can actually post it.
Okay, I will.
Yep, that'll be awesome. Because I mean, it's great. I mean, hearing him.
The page 35 in this one is talking about the belief systems, which is a biggie for me. The difference between limiting beliefs versus empowering beliefs, which is huge. But number one, it says everything happens for a purpose and a reason, and it serves us. So things are for us instead of happening to us. They serve us. Like if we look at everything as being for us. Number two, there is no such thing as failure. There are only results, which is good. Number three, whatever happens, take full responsibility. Biggie. Number four, it's not necessary to understand everything to be able to use everything. That's a good one. Sometimes we don't know all the things. Number five, people are your greatest resource. That's biggie. Number six, work is play. Number seven, there is no abiding success without commitment. And you must commit yourself to winning the game.
Actually, in the number 5 with the people, the big part was what page is that on again?
39.
Yeah, because there's like an A and a B. And it says, if you want to make a difference, you need to interact with others. To gain power, you need to share yours. If you do not share your power, no one will share their power with you. Without respect and appreciation for people, that is all people, you will not be able to build a network of dependencies that is needed to become successful. If you look at people as mere functions, replaceable at your mood, you will eventually fail. To succeed, you need others that support you and that are willing to go that extra mile with you.
Yep.
Do you see now why we're doing it, how we're doing it?
Yeah. I mean, if you don't show them, then no one will be on board. But what do you do about the people who, no matter how much you show them, they're still just...
It says also, commit yourself to winning the game. If at any point in the game you give up winning, the chances are that you simply will not win. Be physically and mentally active in the game. Push yourself to the very end. If you need practice, work hard. Do your homework. After all, there is no one better than yourself to push you forward. Be your own boss. Be a tough boss. That is all you need. Just think about these every day, memorize them, and follow them by heart. You'll get there in the end. That is why we're doing this.
Yeah, I mean, you would think after the deal, especially, I mean, every single time they put something out there and they let us see, I'm like, okay, this should be the thing that makes people see. And then they try to do that stimulus package with all those insane things that they slipped in there. And you know that people were like defending it and going on and on about, like, so someone would say, like, why are we giving this money away to all these other people? Why isn't America first? Why did, and everyone was like, half the people defending it, going, well, because we have to help other people, and no. It's like,
right then, it's like, why would you even defend it? It's like, they're wanting to give you $600. And if you're defending that, that means that there are other people out there that need this money more than you. I mean, they actually really do need it. So you are making up excuses for them not being able to get their fair share. Because let's face it, they've stolen from all of us. They've enslaved all of us. It's not like it's free money. That is money that is owed to us, that has been robbed from us, stolen from us, and made money off of using us as a commodity on the stock exchange, using us as cattle. All we're doing is we're getting it all back, and we deserve it. And that's it. I mean, people want to sit here and say, oh, well, that's socialism. It's not socialism. Nobody's saying that this, Social Security is socialism. That's socialism. It's like, then what? I mean, you guys are all worried about your Social Security checks. That's socialism, guys. I mean,
and that was supposed to be temporary. That was not set up to be forever. That was because we were in a crisis and there was some stuff going on, and that was supposed to be just temporary. It was never meant to be sustaining forever.
That was set up as a kiddie for them, something that they could just dip into, because that's why they're pissed off at Trump about this wall, because what he did with the wall, because the wall's funded. I mean, there was $25 billion put in there for the wall, and it was 50 votes for the Wall Act.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what he did was, instead of just like saying, okay, well, here's the money and then cut it loose, he put it in a trust. So anytime that anybody gets paid out, it has to go through him. So the House cannot take money out of there. So that's why they're pissed off about it. It's like, well, $25 billion, it's just sitting there. And it is detailed down to, the wall has to be done by January 21st of 2021.
Wow.
I mean, they have it down to that. And I'll bet you the wall is done on the same day we vote on January 19th.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because the wall is more than you realize. The wall, that right there, I mean, it's basically like you took a Tesla coil and you unrolled it, and they put it all along the southern border, because it's an arc. What he's essentially done is he built an arc. But you're talking about arc, not arc ship, but ARC.
Right.
About the electromagnetic. So now their 5G, when they were going to try to, Huawei and Apple, when they were going to try to send all that bad 5G shit over, that actually blocks it all out.
Yep. Interesting.
I mean, it's pretty slick how they did that.
Did you hear anything about any other arrests today? Someone else is saying that Adam Schiff got arrested.
They're all gone. Man. They're all gone.
I'm looking that up. Is
They're
that
all
true,
gone.
guys? Like 3 or 4 people have said Adam.
They said they got him at the airport.
Is that true?
Somebody at the airport said it. Not like people are going to start, I mean, they were picked up a long time ago. I mean, so
let's see. Arrested for, let's see. No, that's not it. Of course, they're not going to have any of this in. That's the thing too. Is like even with the D class that happened yesterday, or that was signed for yesterday, that's not in the news. Like
You're not gonna.
they don't
Yeah.
want anybody to know that this is happening. Like nothing is showing up. Nothing
Well,
that it happened.
but it is showing up in the news. How is it not?
Like the
No,
mainstream.
no. Remember, who who's the news now? Said we are the news now. So
You
there
got
you go. So yes, it did hit the news because there's real news and there's fake news.
true that. True
So
that.
get your head right.
Yes,
Tell them, not you, but everybody else. Just everybody's worried about seeing on TV. It's like you're not going to see. th- that's it's like snitching on yourself. You don't do that. But people just I don't know. They think that they have to physically see it in order to believe it. But even if they see it, and even if you prove it, they're still going to throw a hissy fit because then they have to admit that they're wrong, and that's their ego. That's why they're little bitches. So man the fuck up. Just quit it.
speaking of
Stop
bitches.
it. Yes,
Speaking, YouTube freaking took down 2 of our videos.
bitches.
The video of I don't even know which ones they were because it's just a gray box with 3 dots missing what used to be there, and it says that this has been removed, and it says our names in the title, but it's not specific, and there's no date or anything. It's just blank. And then took off the one from me and Gail and Gaia, and put me now I'm in jail too for like a week. So this won't be posted until I'm out of jail, I guess. But so I can't do live stream, I can't upload or anything like that. And they don't even tell you why. There's no explanation. It just says that it doesn't meet community standards and that you can appeal, which I did. But
the thing is, you appeal to what court? I mean,
to a bot.
and the thing is, has anybody ever won an appeal?
No,
No.
I haven't.
So they just threw the whole appeal in there that it's like, oh, then we'll just give them a second chance. We'll make it, we'll make them think that they have power, but they don't. It's like, you know what? This is exactly why. I could see why he wants 230. Thrown to the wolves.
It's got to be, man.
This is all. It's all bullshit. That's all it is.
So just so everybody knows, I'm moving everything. I've moved several already over to BitChute, and I will put I guess I need to get a link or something where people. I didn't even know you could subscribe to all that. I'm not a techie person, but I'm learning as I go, and I'm going to start moving there. And then Jason gave me another one called UGETube. UGTube.
YouTube.
I don't even know what that stands for, but we'll be.
Utah Gun Exchange.
What is it?
Utah Gun Exchange.
Okay.
The guy that owns is like 1,000% patriot. So.
Well, I will be posting there too.
Good stuff.
We're gonna make sure that this stuff is.
There's no censorship, no nothing. 100% red, white, blue, baby.
Out the window. Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna. I have stuff on BitChute already, but I'll just make sure everything else is there too, and that way we can. You guys, I just want to make sure you have all the information when you need it. But it does suck that YouTube is such a
dick bags. Sorry.
Yeah, that thing. That was Merry Christmas. Woke up to that this morning. And no explanation whatsoever.
See, and that's the thing. It's like when you get, punished from Facebook. It's like, what do you mean punished? It's like, when this all said and done, and they look at, because the Secret Service has all of these, all their conversations and everything. Anytime there's been a threat posed against the president, they have. So it's like, if they think that they're going to be, enjoying the Sarah and, enjoying the whole golden age, Oh boy, do they got us another thing coming. That's 10 years in prison right there. I mean, you'll get to ascend, but you're gonna miss out on the golden age. It's gonna suck when you see everybody outside playing, being nice, being happy, and you're just sitting behind a cell because you just had to put, you put 2 bullets in his head, this all this shit. It's like you guys were fucking with the wrong man. You guys should have said it to the last guy.
Yeah.
But you weren't gonna do that either because you're swinging off his and his fucking wife's dick. So there you go. And I'll bet you hers is bigger. But the farm.
Well, I guess we have like 10 minutes left. Well, you got anything you want to?
I found this one as well, like the whole second coming, and it actually that's what kind of like caught me off guard just now. It's just that's why I'm just had my head down. It says Jesus is coming may not be taken too literally as his person seen in the clouds. The scriptures is expert in symbolism, double meaning, hidden meaning. It could be figurative.
Right. Well, just like the Antichrist.
Exactly. Well, because the Antichrist is the ego and your skepticism. One or the other is going to get you. So the whole second coming, the meaning of second coming, therefore, is more on the Lord's intervening in the affairs of mankind. Example, making an end of the mess and the wickedness and the faulty systems we collectively call world, as opposed to the word planet. The world or systems will get destroyed, replaced, but the planet will continue on. The term second coming more correctly means our Lord taking more active, unprecedentedly very active roles and intervention in the human affairs, lest we will all die from our doings. Read wrongdoings. Because for the past 2,000 years, the Lord did not leave us. He merely left us alone to see if we would willingly practice what he has taught us during his 3-year earthly ministry, or we listen to the tempter and deceiver. So,
where are you reading this from?
This document, this page, this thing I found, and it says that see the trend produced by using the pharmaceutical / medical system. See the emergence of deadly diseases, the medical cost that can kill a patient ahead of the time, the sky-high cost of medication that can kill more easily than the disease. This is part of the system that which we call world. Huh. The shift is simply a shift from man-made medicine to God-made medicine. It's a transfer of our trust on the Americans' pharmaceuticals back to God, who made the herbs and vegetables and fruits for our health and healing. It's almost like it's brilliant. It actually makes complete sense now. So technically, the second coming would be the fall of the big pharma. And who is leading the charge of that? Wow. I mean,
well, and pharmakia by definition means witchcraft. It literally does mean witchcraft. So I always thought it was really silly when people would say like using essential oils or herbs or crystals was witchcraft, because I'm like, okay, no, actually taking medicine from a prescription is
that's witchcraft
by definition. Pharmakia, that's where they get pharma, the word pharma. Even Tylenol, did you know the word Tylenol, it has to do with a snake.
I mean, they even take the Hippocratic Oath.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's I guess they'll think you're just.
But going back to the plants and things that are not man-made, not synthetic, but actually God-given, it would go back to Revelations, which talks about the leaves are for the healing of the nations, if that's your thing, or drinking green juice and all the things that are good for the body, because anything synthetic is going to tell your body, if anything synthetic introduced to your body sees that as war, and it goes into inflammation and like a counter strategy to get and move it out, which is why pharmakia only worked for a little while, and then you have to like change it up all the time because you crack the code. Your body cracks the code and goes, oh, I know this, and it moves it out. But when you're using anything that's real and organic, then your body goes, oh, thanks, come on in, help over there. You know, it's all works together. But yeah, that would be interesting if if that's the whole thing of just moving back to the organic Christ consciousness. Yeah.
Well, because it says right here, it says we have to abandon chemical plant, go back to natural plant. We have to abandon chemical synthesis and go back to photosynthesis, where food and juices are safely manufactured without chemicals and toxins. That's why they're on this hell-bent, this whole climate change bullshit. This whole carbon, that we need to eliminate carbon and all that. It's like if they would just know that carbon is naturally taken out of the atmosphere by the plants and everything through photosynthesis. Well, it's exactly what it is. I mean, they're just skipping the photosynthesis. They said, well, we just need carbon done. Well, that's us. So you want to kill all of us because we excrete carbon dioxide, but then yet you have all these trees and grass and everything that plants gives you oxygen. It's like they need the carbon dioxide for food.
Exactly.
I mean, that's exactly. I mean, if they don't have carbon dioxide, then they die too.
Yep.
So it's like, how stupid are these people? It's like, that's how stupid they are. Now you know.
Yep. Well, we're going to find out a lot of things here in the next few days. I mean, we're on a literal countdown here of less than a month. Oh, no, wait. What are we in the 24th today? So about a month.
Oh, well, actually, that's what, I'm sorry. That's what it I forgot. Kind of went off track there for a second. But that's when we came up with that date with the 10 days.
Oh, yeah.
Because we eliminated the 4. See, this is why I cannot have like my own show, because
I'm so sorry. I was with you and I lost it too.
Oh no, I still have it. I just don't know where I put it. It's like right here. Oh, right here. Here it is. Okay, so the 4, it's the 24th to the 27th. So those 4 days are our delta, right? Now from the 28th, from them actually, because they could actually do the arrests on Monday. I mean, that would be perfect.
Before
because if they all have to go in and vote, right, on this, the Democrats, because who comes in on Tuesday? The Senate. So Monday, the House is in session. So they could go in and they could just go gangbusters and just grab them all. They can grab the whole entire House. Because you don't have to worry about getting the Senate, because the Senate's the key. Because during the whole Nasera, everybody has to resign. But when you deal with the Senate, the rules change under the Constitution. The governors have 2 alternates, right, that they will send to D.C. to fill in for the person that's running for that Senate seat. Then once the election's done, then the alternates go back, and then the new senators go put into place. But the House does not get replaced. That stays wide open.
The 2 that are sent from the states, are they the guys who do any like the voting, or how do they pick the 2 people? I don't even know.
They're chosen from each governor.
Wow.
That's why when President Trump was out, campaigning, he was campaigning for the governors and for the Senate. Because governors for the ability to get the the 2 alternates, and then the Senate to make sure you still secure the Senate. Because you didn't
Gotcha.
care about the House, because the House can stay empty. Because now we see that really, what has the House done in 4 years? They haven't done jack shit. So we have
Mhm.
paid all these people nothing because all the laws are on the books that we need. So what are they making new laws? They don't make new laws. They don't pass any legislation through. They just
They
dick
don't
around
even
and
show
go. They go
up.
on these little pedo trips and and just getting shit faced all day. You know, taking 280 days off a year.
I was just gonna say they don't even show up half the time. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
I mean, can you
All right.
imagine? I mean, just having a job where you don't have to go, or even being wrong at your job all the time, like a weatherman. I mean, and still getting paid. And then, not to mention, they put a raise inside of that for them. And instead of giving the American people more money, they actually put a raise in there for themselves. It's like they should go in there Monday and just grab them all up. Because technically, it would be December 28th. So it'd be what? Exactly 13 months. 13 months exactly till since little Joe Connolly decided to bring the whole or was it? Because it was January to what 2020. Oh, it was 23 months. That's the 23. Ooh, very sneaky. So what it was Joe Connolly from the Democrat from Connecticut, he actually introduced this whole bill, the Cadillac tax. Well, that's what they masked it as, but it was the whole CARES Act. That's what it originally. That's what it ended up being. So he introduced it in January. It was either 24th or 28th, right? Now it's got to be 28th. Introduced it on the 28th. Then they voted on it on 7/17 of 2019 to pass it. It didn't even hit the Senate at all until March.
Wow.
Then they're like, well, we need to have something. We need to come up with the CARES Act. Then they're like, here, there you go. It's like 900 pages. It's like,
Mhm.
how did they just do that? I mean, we have it all printed up. We have the whole CARES Act printed up. I mean, to even write this, it was going to take a long time. How did they
Yeah.
just, it's like that 5,000 page one, that they just did. It's like, how did they already have that done?
Exactly. And they're
You know,
supposed to only have like 6 hours to get back with you on that.
yeah,
Like, let me just read this real quick.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean that's the whole thing with the C when all that was in there. It's like they knew way before all this was already in all there. Like how did you know about this? Are you time traveling? But yeah, interesting.
yeah.
Well, we will see what happens in the next few weeks. And for those of you who are having problems watching this on Twitter, which apparently I guess there were some problems where it was freezing up last night or whatever. So I actually did a premiere on YouTube, and then now we're on a week off. So I'll put this on you on BitChute, and you guys could see it there since I can't put it on YouTube. But you got
Well,
any final words here for the day
well,
on?
on that YouTube, we could actually you do lives on there as well. It's I mean, they actually have some
on
pretty good people on
this
there.
on
That
the new one?
yeah, Utah gonna UGEtube.com. Yep,
They
you
let
could
you
do
do lives.
yep, because
Okay.
that's where we did the live for Spiritually Raw on Monday. We had the
I'll
first live over there.
definitely check that out.
Yeah,
Definitely. Okay.
and I mean it's 100% patriot. There's no censorship. Um, I mean it's all respectful and everything. So it's right up the right up conservative alley. You
Awesome.
know, so yeah, just everybody look into it because I mean that's where they're gonna have this whole collective. It's like a collective page where all the videos will be accessible. It's like one stop. Like the owner said, it's like a one stop shop. You know, just go there. You can get any video you want, and there you have it, uncensored, unfiltered. There you go.
Awesome.
Yep. So it's
All
nice.
right, sir. Well, you have a wonderful Christmas Eve,
I
and
will.
Yeah, and all you two people, all y'all people out there, have a wonderful Christmas Eve. I'm serious about posting. If you guys have an ugly sweater, I'm serious about you posting your ugly sweater.
Yeah.
I want to see. I want to see your ugly sweaters. I know Jason wants to see. See if he can
They can put them in the comments, and we can like. I mean,
have a contest.
We could, and we could. You know what I'll do? For the best two, I'll send them each a book.
I'll throw in some prizes too. I'll do like my card deck, or my other book. I'll throw in a card deck.
Well, we can't put it all on this one because we need to lure them into other ones too. I don't think they're supposed to hear that, but they heard it anyways. It's like we're gonna bait you in like I baited her in the day.
That was, yeah, you kind of got me, but
gotcha.
Oh, and meanwhile, my cat yesterday, yeah. So you guys have a Merry Christmas, and we will be back next Monday at 7. Wait, is that going to be Christmas Eve? I mean, New Year. What is next?
Jesus Christ.
That's
28th. It's the 28th.
Okay, we're good.
It's a rest day. Yeah.
Yes. All right.
It's a rest day. That's what it is.
Y'all have a great one, and we will talk soon. Good to see you, Jay. And
awesome to see you too.
Thanks again. Have a good night. We'll talk soon.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Merry Christmas, guys.